We like to do news stuff on this
Oh yeah,
podcast.
that's right. We do have news stories. That's
We
awesome.
do have some news stories, and
So
we
here's
got a
how
doozy for y'all.
so here's how Chris Brown decided to react to his nomination for the Grammys, which is a good thing. I'm glad that yeah, Chris Brown was nominated and recognized. Not really. Maybe you can sense sarcasm in my voice. But he didn't win. Instead, it was given to Robert Glasper, who released Black Radio 3, which was actually something that was submitted to us by a fan
hmm
on the Audioface Awards. So
hmm
our fans rock. That was a really good shout out. I really like that album. And
Great record.
you know, it was nominated for Best R&B Album, which is interesting. Like, I'm not sure I would have made that decision personally because like it
That's the
has
stupid thing with categories that pisses me off, right? And this is why we do our awards like we do, right?
yeah. Um it's very difficult to do genre. Never mind that R&B is just such a problematic name for a genre anyways.
Yeah.
But cuz this is just pop music. It's very popular music. But Chris Brown took that in not the best of ways.
hmm
At first, he was reacting by posting actually one of Robert Glasper's own pieces of like media that says "Who the f is Robert Glasper," and then Chris Brown posted to his story with a the laughing emoji that is the new "I'm not mad" emoji. I'm not mad. You're mad. It's that emoji now. And then
Yes.
he said that he mockingly told his fans that he's quote got to get his skills up and start playing the harmonica. Um, there's he posted a screenshot of Glasper himself and said, "Bro, who the f is this?" And said again in another post like, "Y'all playing who the f is this?" And this is just Chris Brown upset that he didn't win a Grammy, which isn't if Chris Brown were a man and not a boy who can't handle his emotions so much that he
Or a beater.
yeah, who can't handle I was getting to that. Like can't handle his emotions so much that the performer of the superb owl that is happening at the day that we're recording has, you know, a history with this exact same person. So it's a wonderful serendipity that we often have in the music world, right? But never mind that this is that Chris Brown you're talking about. You've been in the music game long enough to where the Grammys are, you know, nice, it's fine, but there are way better ways to have money and recognition, especially Chris Brown, an artist who has had a lot of longevity and still has a lot of fans, especially a lot of female fans for whatever reason. You shouldn't need to feel snubbed or whatever just by that. Like, that's for rap. For you to like mean mug and get all upset that you didn't win the award or you got snubbed again. Like Pusha T looking at Kendrick like all upset when he won the rap Grammy. It's like, okay, I get it. Like I have my own opinions of both of those albums. So those I'll leave those for the Audioface Awards truly. But like rap is just that kind of game. Chris Brown, like
Yeah.
you've been recognized, it's fine, whatever. So eventually Chris Brown sends an IG message to Robert Glasper saying among other things, congratulations, my brother. I would like to apologize if you took offense to my reaction at the Grammys. You were not the intended target, and I know I came off really rude and mean. He then pivots to saying the organization isn't doing us blacks our due diligence. You and I should never be in the same category. Two totally different vibes and genres. So from one black man to another, congratulations, all caps. Hope you are able to feed your family for life. God bless my G.
There's so much convoluted shit in that message. It's ridiculous.
It's also a shitty apology, right? Because he's like,
It's
I'm
not,
sorry
that's
if
not an apology at that point.
I'm
That's
sorry
just
if I'm sorry if you took offense.
like exactly. It's one of those like I guess I gotta do this so that way I could still maintain the clout that I received from all of this and not look like such a bad guy. But it makes you look worse because it's not even an apology at that point. That's one of those. Your PR team comes over to you and is like, hey, like you gotta do something, my guy. Like this doesn't look good.
Yeah. It
And it's so
was
convoluted too. It's just awful. He's a shitty person.
two things I want to put in there. You were not my intent. He says you were not the intended target. I know I came off as really rude and mean. You literally said he literally posted who the f is Robert Glasper, who was the intended target. Robert Glasper Sr., you really want to go there? Robert Glasper Jr., do we really want to go there?
Robert Glasper of the Canary Islands, like, you want to go there? Like, are we just gonna start? Do we gotta open up a Yellow Pages and just start going through all of the Robert Glaspers that are around?
Robert Glasper, cousin of Rihanna, you want to go there?
Oh shit!
I'm kidding. So through that, I'm going to nominate Chris Brown for the Tim Pool Noted Little Bitch Award because, among other things, he went pretty hard in the paint with this like whole diss thing about Robert Glasper, and then he tried to turn it around and say, "I'm sorry if you took offense. This actually isn't my fault, and it's not your fault, even though you shouldn't have won." Was my original reaction. It's actually the Grammys' fault. Who? Okay, listen, we talk about the Grammys being like full of we talk about the Grammys like having a lot of weird picks, especially Harry Styles for Album of the Year. That was a bold move. That's a bold move, Santa.
That's a bold move, Santa.
But to say that the Grammys doesn't do blacks their due diligence in history, I agree. And, in a lot of ways, I agree. Yep. That being said, they just had the 50 years in hip hop celebration, which was like mostly black people and the Beastie Boys. So like it's kind of a dumb thing to say. Also, both like up for this award was Robert Glasper, Lucky Day, Mary J. Blige, PJ Morton, and Chris Brown, and they're against black people. Okay, dude, just the fact that he doubled back on that so hard, and the fact that he was so wrong to begin with. Noted Tim Pool Noted Little Bitch Award. We named it the Tim Pool Noted Little Bitch Award because of Tim Pool releasing that song, and complaining that everyone said that it was a bad song. And usually we like to keep this a non-political show, but I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
He literally released a single with the music video and everything, so it is completely valid.
Yeah, it counted as music, so like we were able to do it.
Like, we had to review it, had to review the single and everything because deadass he released a song and I was super proud of it, and it was absolute ass.
In order to qualify for the Audioface Awards, you just need to release the music. That's kind of it.
Release the tape. Release the tapes, dude.
Release the music, and we talk about it on the podcast. And there's a pretty long length of like qualification for talking about it on the podcast. So yeah, fair and square. But Chris Brown, tried and true, we're back to musicians again, nominated for this year's Noted Little Bitch Award.